kind of showcase the latest project. So I just kind of grabbed a lot of textures online. Probably need to do another round tomorrow to kind of build up what I started. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on what I have with this finger kind of ideas that I'm going to work from here. So you'll see the drawing on the side here. So some ideas of some dots and fingers kind of building off of here. These will definitely be a missive. And if I lost my my notes, what I was thinking about here is definitely drawing upon here. This line right here, as part of you'll see on the drawing, this kind of line going through, and then these kind of glowing spheres in between. Definitely trying to pick up some of these glows and so forth, kind of randomly going through, kind of picking up on these cues. So maybe even some of some textures. I definitely want to work with textures and luminescence. So hopefully that will kind of come through. All right, so now we've got these cups, these bases, so I need to texture those. So definitely utilizing this. These will just kind of just be projected right on there and kind of bump mapped also. Definitely looking at stitching, so maybe have some stitching as part of that cup. Also around the cup here, as in the drawing, kind of a darkness, kind of scratchiness. So kind of keep this simple, but definitely some kind of organic tones. Maybe a little bit of luminescence, some spottiness coming off of there. All right, so we're moving on to this header form. Let's see, right here, kind of drew it out. You'll see a kind of a rough sketch. So basically I'm going to use this fish right here, just right here in this area right here, for these areas right here you'll see in the drawing. So they're all kind of have this kind of build up on the bottom. As they go up, they kind of get sparse. Had some ideas of using this guy for texture for the middle, so you can see kind of these tangents going back and forth using this kind of tonality. So they're going to be very earthy, kind of dark tone. So kind of like our first one that we had, it was very orange and yellow kind of tone. And so now we're going to work on this bottom part right here, this texture, and I'm kind of leaning in on these fiber art or bags. I'm really interested in the stitch work. So this may be really blurry just because of quality, but I really love kind of these kind of fingers or points bulging out. So definitely we'll do some texturing on this, and definitely along with the drawing right here, underneath these cups, just definitely do some alpha rust, download some alpha rust and build this up, really kind of get it gritty, kind of just kind of echoing what we have in our statement, kind of just stuff is kind of growing off of the world around it, kind of a flower. All right, so working on the neck here. So we have a drawing now. It should be showing up side by side here. Again, using these sacks, kind of coming down with the color, I think. Kind of a blend in between this neck will go all the way down. And then on the very bottom, kind of finish off, kind of replicating what was above and having that for textures. Also, these ribbings and also kind of textures here. These will be on here. I'm going to project it on there so they have some sort of bulging out. I'll do with Substance Painter, so these will kind of have a ribbing and also these organic textures, and then really harsh bump mapping here kind of echoing this form. So I may have to find some more of these, so they're not really perfect. All right, so that is what I have so far. And then finally, these guys will be same kind of a luminescence of this guy. Kind of just basically just project this directly on there, and then I'll go in and do some emissive painting right on top of here, so it will pop, and maybe do some texturing on there. Now on the drawing I have some stuff on the outer that is based on this form right here. Really like this. Again, this is blurry, but once I project that on there, that'll be around these ovals. So very organic, kind of a barnacle look. I may even look up some barnacles. So this is the first round of textures, but have a good feeling. Just keep it very organic. See like creatures that have kind of crawled up onto the shore. Again, echoing what you wrote. All right, so these are just weekly videos showing where we came from. A lot of work involved with this. So wanted to clean this up, also make sure it's fireproof. So taking this out and spray painting it gray. It looks pretty bad. A lot of rough edges and so forth with the printout. Try to clean it up the best I can, but just trying to get away from the plywood look, but it is what it is. Hopefully down the road we'll get some funding to work on more of the aesthetics of these robots. But again, this is about the virtual experience, not the physical of what's going on. So really quickly, this was part of the process, was figuring out those cups. Maybe a video later on showing that. But I really wanted to cover up this awful looking base that I spray painted. I really wanted to cover up with some fabric or a skirt. So basically ripped off what was on there before when we did our video for our other proposals. So these rip-offs actually kind of gave me a little bit of a footprint to do a template or a pattern. So these patterns were very helpful. They did grow and expand once I saw they were too tight. So I'd sew them out really quickly and realized they weren't fitting correctly, and I would expand out the template. So they did, just like fitting a person, they have to kind of grow. So I was utilizing the room next door as a sewing area. And so basically the idea was these cups need covering, and I realized I was going to try to put a latex glove over the surface, and was going to just use latex glove, but I realized that was going to rip. So I just basically drew out a template for a glove. So that actually worked out fine. And so they're covering. They don't look fantastic, but they definitely are there to provide protection from pinching. Don't want people to get pinched. So really quickly, these are clips that are going to go on the outside. Need to glue them in. Just kind of clean them off so it doesn't look so rough. It's going to look rough no matter what. So this is a real quick screenshot. This is the room that we're going to use this summer to do the testing. So it's kind of the final piece that you saw there. Everything is kind of painted with the bare paint. Still got to get that to work. So we're utilizing almost the entire bottom of the Henderson from the outside to 2 rooms to a 3rd room now for this project. So this is just a real quick GoPro scanning. I did, I think, 10 scans of this, and it still came out crap. Definitely need to invest in a better phone. Maybe phones are better with scanning. All right, that's it. This is a real quick tutorial. Just rigged a really simple a tube, and you can see it has 1, 2, 3, 4 points. And basically I just grab the whole skeleton and this and export it as FBX. So you can see my joint hierarchy is 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So what I did is, and this is old old school 4.2 Unreal, but here's the test, and I just put it in there. Hit F, get up there close to it. So it's not going to show any of the animation joints here, but what you're going to go is go into the skeletal, we'll go to mesh here, hit double click onto skeletal mesh, and it won't show it. You'll have to go to character, bones, and I did all hierarchy. All right, and it said asset details. I went over to the skeletal tree, and it's very similar to Maya 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, you can see rotational, 2, rotational, and 3, rotational. So the whole hierarchy is here. Is this going to work for Macs and all that? I have no idea. But anyways, I think probably good to just kind of get that started first. Let's look at joint 1. It's kind of weird looking here. Anyways, hopefully this will get us started. I'll go ahead and start putting stuff together on the other end and clean it up for the main form. Check out how I did it last time. I guess I had to take it into Maya, and after bringing it from Substance up where I had all the textures, and I think I grabbed the whole entire thing and made it as one mesh. You can see the cracking here, that's been fixed. Anyways, in Unreal, wanted you to check it out on your end and make sure you can do some of the things before I get too far along here. So I'm going to send you this FBX. I imported all. These are all the textures. I'll organize it later. As that is importing, the rig is not completely finished. Some of it looks good, but still needs a couple hours of rigging. Back and forth is good. It's when you get up to these things that are tight here, the inside cup needs a little work, and also as we get up here, you got some deformations up here. You can see it when you pull it forward. So a lot of painting that I need to go in here and take care of. So anyways, when you're in Unreal, if you can, a couple errors here, not sure why. Let's pull in the rig here. Hit W, pull this up, hit F, and looks pretty good. All those issues on the back that you were showing me, I just pushed them forward. But again, just need to do the painting wings. I just double click this. So if you wanted to see the painted weights, it's in bones. It should be on selected like this, so you shouldn't be able to see it. It looks pretty clean. I'm sure it's not. All hierarchy. So you can go in here and select them. Moving it. It's interesting. It's not doing anything weird here. Oh, because I don't have this guy. So if I'm... All right, so you see the movement up here. Anyways, all your joints are named over here. I didn't name them. I guess I should have named them in Maya. Anyways, we can talk about that later. But see what you think. See if that's going to work for you. I'll send this video and also the final FBX of what I did today. Again, probably need a couple hours of painting the weights. They're pretty bad. All right, talk to you soon. This is probably the final model, and just to show you, I've done a lot of cool things to, I gutted all this, all the back stuff that was causing some issues bending it after doing it like 4 times. I finally decided just to get rid of it since you're never going to see it. I expanded the hip right here to go back a little bit, just so you can't see inside of it, kind of like what you would do with modeling a car. And also I did the same with these objects here. I just went in and removed the faces and killed it so that there's no reflection. I couldn't do that on the side ones since there is a little bit of protrusion on the outer here, but I was able to paint all the weights. So everything, I went back and reattached some textures on here. One, that we're doing some really weird stuff because they're all the same when you do the baking. And here, Substance Painter does some really weird things if you keep them all the same, since they start occluding on top of each other. I cleaned that up in Maya. It was a little bit bulging there, but everything looks really good on the bake out. Now I just need to start working on the textures. So this looks really nice and smooth. Again, as we go around, looks pretty good. Go back into Maya. Just wanted to show you with E. You can see as we go up and down that this kind of bulges around, kind of like what the spandex is going to do. Now you saw a little bit of kind of overlap there, but I'm not worried about it because there's going to be texture on that. Anyways, no one's going to see it when it's bulging up. You're going to be facing forward. Pretty good animation here. There's nothing moving upstairs on all this, and we were having issues with the finger bulging up. One of the things I realized is always rig and quad. I exported out from Substance Painter. It was triangulated, and it was giving me all kinds of errors. I realized don't rig triangulated. That was probably a smart move on my part. Everything looks pretty good, and we get into Unreal, and I didn't use your naming convention, but hopefully, I don't know how you rename it. I guess right-click rename. I get to learn one day. Anyways, looks pretty smooth here. Everything is moving correctly. Looks pretty good. Once we get out of the skeletal mode, looks really good in this world. See if I put some light on it, get into the light. All right, so everything looks pretty clean. I think I'm ready to texture. Please check it out tomorrow morning. Let me know if you see any mass errors, because tomorrow night I really want to start at least throwing a first round of textures. I did do the joint here, so this is part of it. So the joint is part of the overall, so everything is moving around. And then there's a joint, and then this is right dead center at the bottom of the base of that tracker. So this is due north. This is where the glowing light is. So gives us an option. Again, we've got different textures for the Vive and this, so we can always delete that out. So hopefully it will just be clear if we want. All right, that's all I got. I know this is a long-winded video, but I'm really excited to get into the texturing. I'm dying to get that going. That way I feel like I can start leaning in on some of my gifts of texturing and so forth. All right, talk to you later.